Here you are, guys. Okay, it's Friday evening, and how have you all been doing? I'm looking at it as, whoa, it's Friday evening, and what am I doing? I'm in front of a computer, but I'm happy about it because you guys are here as well. So let's just, I want to share this with a group. I want to see if that is possible. Uh, ba, 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 ba. Still learning how to do this. Hey, Dominique. Still learning how to do all of this, trying to do this at the same time. But yeah, today I am definitely going and doing some, can I share it with a group? Ooh boy, let's see. No, can't do that. Just trying to figure out how to do this. So how, Dominic, how are you doing? Thinking about doing some deep talk today. I don't have my stand, so I'm holding this the whole time. So I'm going to be doing readings with one hand, but that doesn't matter because I don't need to have both my hands doing this. So, are you okay? Well, that's good. Good to hear. You guys are ready for the next, hi Amber. All is well. You probably know my last. I'm doing very well. I have had some pretty interesting, hey Erika. I've had some pretty interesting events happen. And you know, we're always being tested on when we teach things that we are actually learning from our own teachings, right? So one of the teachings I have had is to be consistent and to be staying with your goal. And sometimes your goal changes, but there's a part of us that also understands that we have to be consistent. And so I am now working on becoming completely consistent with all of my goals. And some of the goals I'm able to be consistent with, and some I have not been able to. In Rocky's jeans? What is Rocky's jeans? I probably look cool in a pair of jeans, yes, but I wear clothes that's really comfy right now. I'm one of those people. I like being in comfortable clothes. But okay, so what goals do you guys have? Yeah, consistency. Okay, Erika, what is it that you are wanting to accomplish? And you know, when we set our goals, we say, okay, I want to do this. For example, I want to finish a course, an online course that I've been working on now for the last, I hate to say it, but actually, Rocky's jeans is a pair of cowgirl jeans. Okay, I'm gonna go look for them. I have a good. I love jeans as well, but let's go back to setting this goal. So if you have a goal that you would like to do, I have been working on one to finish one of my workshops and putting it out there, and I am 90% finished. Let me see, 90? No, maybe 75% finished. I've been working on it for quite a long time. And I've had periods where I've really worked hard, and then suddenly I am just on a completely different path. And then something leads me back to it, and I'm saying, why didn't I finish that? I have finished my books, I have finished my songs, I have finished my artwork, but this has been a little bit of it's been a little bit of a sidecar. And I have all the knowledge I need for it. And I love teaching. Why am I not finishing it? What is inside of me that is stopping me? And I know it's my thoughts of, okay, when I finish, then what? And this is very, very powerful because I have understood that my thoughts tell me if I'm on the right track or not. So right now I know I'm on the right track because my thoughts have been the negative stuff has been coming up. And like each one of you knows that right now we've gone through such a shift. And I'm getting better at if I'm having a negative thought, to come back to a positive thought. During 2018, I would have days where I would have negative thoughts, and I would have to work really, really hard to get out of that and go back into a positive. Now I have maybe hours, and I've gotten it down to, now I'm actually catching myself really fast. Like, whoa, what was that thought? Okay, Helene, what is the thought that you were just thinking when you said you're going to finish this goal? You know what thought was in the back of my mind was saying, is that possible? Is it going to make a difference? Are people going to be wanting to buy it? Blah, 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 blah. These are old things that are coming in, and I'm like, okay, I know that this is not me. I know that this is a part of me that I've been throwing away and letting go of, but it's still showing up. So when things like that are showing up and you're starting to become aware of it, guess what? That's when you're really you're actually making the shift. You're making the shift from letting the negativity run you, and for you looking at it right in the eye and saying, haha, I caught you. You're not gonna stop me this time. Okay, then there are other things that come in sometimes. Yes, and there are other things that sometimes come in, and Erika, I understand you, but there are other things that come in, like, today's Friday evening. Helene, what do you want to do on a Friday evening? You want to go out and party? Nah, that's not for me. It's like, I've done that a lot. I remember when I was much younger. Oh my gosh, I would be partying on a Friday evening. Oh, like you'd be crazy. Friday evenings would never have me sitting in my living room enjoying myself. No. Previously, Friday evenings were for going out and dancing and eating and partying and da-da-da-da. And then the Saturday evenings, the same thing, dancing and partying and everything. And then Sunday, I was completely out. Well, I don't do that anymore. Okay, because I'm like, Friday evenings are for me is, like every other evening. It is going in and continue working with my goals. It is maybe allowing myself to sleep a little bit longer than I usually do in the mornings. I mean, I usually get up around 4, so it's maybe allowing me to sleep maybe until 4:30. Okay, I'm a little bit, off. Because I do a lot of meditation. Like, so just before getting on here, I just did another meditation. I was like, you know what? I feel really, really empowered now. And I had so much energy, so I said, okay, I'm going to work a little bit with you guys, see what you guys are doing on a Friday evening. What would you like to talk about? Because I'm completely open to talk about any things. I'm going to actually allow the angelic and the galactic realm to come in and maybe pick a topic. The topic was letting go of negativity. The topic was controlling your brain. The topic is, hey Trey, congratulations, you got your car back. I saw that. Wow, what a deal. What a deal. Good for you. Good for you. I'm so happy that it happened. Yeah, and let's see here. Daniel. Hello, lovely. I see you too. And that's another thing. I have been looking at very much how to manifest the life that you want. You guys, many of you guys know that 4 months ago, my husband left. And I just kept on with my stuff, kept on healing my heart, kept on going and saying, okay, yeah, some days I was falling down and I was definitely not in a good place. And some days I was saying, okay, Helene, put on your big girl's pants and continue out there. There's nothing that's going to stop you. You're going to continue no matter what. I would have probably had some other things that I had to make a decision about, but I was still going to do what I'm doing here with you guys. I would never, wherever I would be living, I would still be doing that. Now, there is a big chance I'm going to stay where I am. I just need to make sure that I have a good economy, and to bring out my beautiful messages as much as possible. So any of you that have any venues that I could work with, I'm open to coming and working with you. I know Daniel and I are looking at doing something here in March. Maybe a magical evening where a lot of beginners or people that don't really know a lot about the metaphysical world, or that are interested in bettering themselves, are going to be able to come. It's a place in Pleasanton. I don't have the address right here, but we're looking at opening up for a little bit of education, meditation, clearing of some chakras, going into some of the things that all of you maybe already know about, but on a level where people can ask questions and learn a lot about themselves. So that's really, and I will be doing a channeling for the group, and things like that. And if anybody would like me to come and have some talks, or to enlighten people, because it's really about enlightening people, or do a meditation that helps people let go of their old programming and old stuff that no longer serve them, I'm open for it. So I'm just saying it to you guys. I do a lot of sessions with people, and I do a lot of transformations with a lot of people. But if there is if there's a way to connect and to open up for more conversation and more learning, I'm always here for that. So raising the vibration, yes, my dears. And now I'm going into the ascension. You guys, it's all about good vibrations, yes. Some of you guys know that I do the ascension workshops. None of you have gone them yet because it's so new. 2019, I was downloading the new higher frequencies, higher vibrations, and that's why I had to that's why actually I had to take that trip to Mexico to either stop the relationship between my husband and I and stop it and quit, or bring him back. And so that was what happened. I actually brought him, well, he wanted to come back. It wasn't like I came down with a gun and say, hey, stick him up and come home, or whatever. I don't know. I didn't do that, right? I just said to him, I'm not going to force anybody to do anything they don't want to do. And he really wanted to come back. And so there's another part of there that's called forgiveness. Sometimes you have to forgive somebody. Thank you. Sometimes you have to forgive and open your heart. And that was what the universe told me. Helene, you're going to go down. You're going to open your heart no matter what. If it's going to be good or bad, you have to open your heart. You have to stay open no matter what he says or does. You have to stay open. And oh my gosh, I felt I had gotten myself into a space where that was not possible. But you know what? I did keep my heart open. And because my heart was open, his heart opened too. And we found it out. What English is that? We found out that we really, really do deeply love each other, even though we have so many differences, but we really do. And that just going through that and keeping my heart open, even though I knew that it might be the last time I would be with him, I would be, that we're breaking up, I still did it, And guys, you know what? I have to tell you something. Once you open your heart to someone and really open it, that person cannot ignore that. The heart is so powerful. In other words, your heart, if you open up your heart to anyone, your heart is so powerful, does not matter how close they are, their heart is going to open as well. That's how powerful your hearts are. And, I've been working with hearts and opening and raising the vibration and frequencies and all that. But one thing that I did was I was always protecting my heart, closing my heart. And guess what? That doesn't work. When you close your heart, you close the communication. So I learned the hard way. When you open your heart, you open for the communication. And when you open for the communication, guess what? Things happen. And that heart is the one that is the key to how many songs have people written about the heart? Oh my gosh, about the broken hearts and the whole thing. How many songs have been written? I mean, millennium of times the songs have been, people who are writing about love and lost love and this and that. Even I did a song, and I that was maybe a week or two after he had left. About a week or two after Dennis had left, I was composing a song. And first I was on the piano playing. Not really. And then one evening, my body, my soul, everything just said, Helene, you're just going to put on the mic. You're just going to sing right into that mic, whatever you feel. And I sent it to my husband now. I mean, when he came back, I said, sorry, I have something here. When he came back, we listened to it, and both of us were crying. Oh my God, because it was really the way I was feeling. I was feeling so deeply sad. But it was so real. I mean, it was real. And when I heard myself from that time, I heard how deep I really loved him, you know. But a part of me was saying, hey, Helene, you're not going to force him to come home if he doesn't want to come home. If he wants to stay in Mexico, let him stay in Mexico. But every time I said that, and every time I cut chords and let go, because I thought that was what I'm supposed to do to clear myself, I had 2 monks that came to me and visited me, and I said to them, I don't know how many times I keep cutting the chords and letting go, and he still comes back. His energy comes into the house, and then I can't do anything for days. And they said, that's because you guys still are connected. You guys are still loving each other. I'm like, no. He's left. He's gone. He doesn't love me. And they're like, yeah, he does love you. And so I had to admit that, you know, maybe that's the truth. So I needed to go down and find out for myself. And like logically, I said to myself, Helene, it's over. He's gone. He left. Logically. But my heart wasn't done. But I was ready to, if I had to, say goodbye. Because I wasn't going to allow anyone in my home, in my heart, that was not going to be open to my heart and to my love. And that was the beauty of everything, because while my heart was open, his was open and closed, but he couldn't keep it closed because my heart was open. I'm like, I love, whether you do or not, I do. And the beautiful part of it was that we really found out that we really do love each other. Now, if it's going to continue, I don't know, but I'm ready to take whatever it is that's supposed to happen. We are now together again, and we are in a good space. So, you know, when I was working on one of my workshops, and one of them was, yes, I love him. When I was in one of my workshops, I was working on my relationship workshops, and 4 or 5 days after he had left, I was filming a webinar for this, and I was filming. We had it all scripted. I had worked with Dottie for a while, a friend of mine, who does workshop. She does videography, and I had been working with her for a while. And the script was completely written and everything. And after I had written that script, and we were filming, after we finished with a whole day of filming, I said to her, you know what, this is not working. She's like, what do you mean? It's just not working. I got to tell them the truth. And so I said, put on the cameras again, put on the lights. I'm going to tell them the truth. So I told the truth. I said, you know what? Here I am, a relationship expert, and my husband just walked out the door. How am I going to be able to get any clients from this? Because I'm a fraud. So I need to tell you from the truth, from my heart. In some cases, relationships cannot be saved. That's just the way it is. Does it make me a worse person, or does it make me a bad person? Does it make me a person that doesn't know how to be in a relationship? No, but sometimes relationships are meant to be and sometimes they're not. And in this case, at that time, I thought it was over. So I said to everyone, you know, here I am, a big relationship expert, and my husband just walked out the door. Can I connect? Can I have stopped that? You know, you can never stop anyone that wants to do something or doesn't want to do something. You can never like push them to do anything. So I said, no, I cannot do anything about that. What I can do is look at it from a new perspective. Okay, I love this person. He wants to be somewhere else. Well, then let him go. Now it turns out that he really didn't want to stay there without me. I did not know that. I assumed a lot of things. Communication was not the best, and that's another thing I'm really good at showing people how to do, but sometimes I miss myself. Now, we're not here to talk about me, but I'm just saying that that's my that is my teachings that I learned a lot from. I learned a lot from my own teachings now this time around. So I want to say that there is a okay, so there is a way. There is a way to. I'm just looking at what you guys have been writing here because I see it's not really working. I can't really see. I want to hear this. Completion, yes. Open your heart. Whatever happens, it will always be progress. So beautiful. Yes. Oh, Erika, you can imagine. I'm happy about this too. Dominic, you're asking me why I miss him. Let me see. The reason why I'm missing him. I love him. Yes, I do. Well, Maria, I see you're here. So Stan Broadwater, yeah, you're here as well. Okay, so the reason why I love him, well, we are soulmates, or twin souls. Don't get me all technical here. We have lived many lives together, and on some level, because of that, we have so deep connections. Is it the ideal person that I thought that I was going to be living with for the rest of my life? Well, when I met him, yes, and then a lot of things have been happening. But all I know is that I was not ready to let go of someone who I really love. Okay, I have to rephrase that. I was not ready in my heart to say it was over. So I was not going to be the one saying, hey, it's over. I couldn't. He couldn't either. So both of us were like beating around the bush and not being able to say, it's over. None of us could say that. So it was like, we would look each other in the eye and like saying, well, hey, we're not done here. We still have some stuff to do. We're not over, and I, on some level, it's always like we look at it a little bit in awe that it really did happen, that we are actually together again. because both of us thought that it was over. We just couldn't say it to each other. and literally none of us have been unfaithful, or at least I don't believe so. But I know I haven't. My heart was not there at all to do that. And no matter what, I wasn't ready for anything else at that time. I was just saying, okay, if I have to focus on my work, I'll focus on my work. So, but the thing was that I felt on some level that the universe was telling me, we're not done. You got to go down there and you got to see, you got to talk to each other, you got to really connect, because you can't really go forward unless you know either yes or no. And that's what we did. So we talked a lot on the beach, and we redid our vows, and we did new vows that works for both of us, because it's not redoing old vows would not have done it. We had to do new vows. Anyway, so, but that just shows you sometimes you assume things. We learned a lot about each other. I assumed that he was done with us. He assumed that I was done with us. And both of us assuming this, in relationships that can happen unless you are really open and talking and communicating with each other. You can assume things, and it's not really that way, because your hearts are always going to be saying what the reality is, but your minds might say, you know what, I think this is over, this is done, but your hearts are hurting, and that's really what was happening. So I'm going to take a little card for all of us that are here on this feed, and I'm going to see if I can put this phone down while I'm doing it. Let's see here if that works. This phone is... It works. Okay. I don't have my phone stand that I used to have. It's my grandkids have that. I have that for them because I didn't want them to be holding the phone all the time. Okay, where are my beautiful doggies? I have one here. Boo Boo. Boo Boo. There you are. She's laying there. All beautiful. Such a beautiful doggie. That's Boo Boo. So the card I'm getting is opossum. Oops. You guys are looking funny here. Let's see if I can get this thing to work a little bit better. Yeah, her name is Boo Boo because she was so scared, and one day I said boo and she got all scared, and oh my goodness, I just opened up to opossum, which is the funniest thing. Diversion. Opossum's greatest form of protection is to play dead. In doing this, opossum confuses many a predator into believing that the game is over. Interesting. Oftentimes, the confused rival walks away or looks the other direction for a moment, and then opossum runs to safety. Ooh, that's interesting. Opossum medicine uses a great deal of strategy. If all else fails, opossum plays dead. It has the ability to fight with its claws and teeth, but it rarely uses this form of protection. Instead, the supreme strategy of diversion is constantly employed when things get a little too hard to handle. Opossum has developed an act that would receive an Academy Award in the animal kingdom. The musk of the death scent is excreted at will, adding to the master play that sends enemies on many trails of confusion. If opossum turned up in your cards today, you're being asked to use strategy in some present situation. Rely upon your instincts for the best way out of a tight corner. If you have to pretend to be apathic or unafraid, do it. Oftentimes, if you refuse to struggle or show that hurtful words bother you, your taunter will see no further fun in the game. Warriors have used opossum medicine for centuries, playing dead when the enemy nears and outnumbers them. And then in a flash, when the enemy is at least expecting it, the war cry is heard. The fright of this serves to further confuse the unsuspecting opposition. Victory is sweet when the strategy is one of mental as well as physical prowess. Opossum may be relaying to you. Yes, Maria, very wise. The opossum may be relaying to you that you are to expect the unexpected and be clever in achieving your victory. This could be a victory over a bothersome salesman or a nosy neighbor. In essence, opossum is beckoning you to use your brain, your sense of drama and surprise. Leap over some barrier to your progress. So, that was the opossum energy. And you know, today I feel that we need to... Eureka. That looks really nice. Today we're going to go into the Galactics as well. We're going to see what they have to say. By the way, Daniel, if you're still watching, I just want to tell you thank you for the last... I'm going to be visiting in San Antonio. I'm going to be at the Healing Arts Festival, February 3rd, which is Sunday, and doing readings. So if you guys want me to do a reading for you, you want to win a full reading, I would like you to take this feed and share in groups. That would help me a lot to spread this beautiful energy. Okay, I'm going to do a reading for each one of you here as well. It's not going to be homing beacon. Vega. Oh, Daniel. Of course you are. Of course you're in Boca Raton. I was invited to go speak there as well, and I just, there's been too many things going on, so I didn't do that. Well, have fun in that Life Expo. Maybe make an announcement and we can share that out. Oh, Daniel, you cannot imagine. Yes, that would have been wonderful. But I was in no way able to do that this time around. Good for you that you're down there. And Erika, how do we do the announcement? What do you mean? I will make an announcement. You mean here on Facebook Live? Is that what you're thinking? Okay, Vega. New York City's better. Yeah, I like that too. Like a post about it. You mean like an ad? I will do that. I will do that after this feed. I will put out an ad. I need to do that anyway. Yeah, because what I do there is now this time around I'm not going to have anything else but just my readings. People could come and get readings. They can get upgrades, DNA upgrades, and so on and so forth. Oh, that's great, Erika. Okay, I'll do that. I'll put it out on just the normal page, and I'll put it out in some of the groups as well. I don't know. Some groups won't want ads, you know what I mean? It's a great start to know what I do, and I have to tell you that I do a lot of other things. I do DNA activations. I do workshops, vibration workshops. I know Daniel has gone one of them, and some of the others, Stan has gone them too, and some of the other, Treme has gone as well. So I do a lot of vibration workshops. That's raising your vibrations. It doesn't hurt to try. You're right, Erika. You're right. I have to. You're right. I need to be a little bit more aggressive. I just have a hard time with that. Anyway, future homing beacon. In the ancient days, the vegan mystics developed their practices as a way to always connect with source or home, using them as a homing beacon. Eventually, they no longer needed spiritual technology or spiritual processes to make this connection. They felt the source within them at all times. You too have this ability deep within you. Learn to quiet the mind through breathing or meditation, and then just let go. As you trust in your practice, the feeling of connectedness to this source will grow and grow until it permeates every part of your life. If you need help, ask the ancient vegan mystics to assist you. Trey, thank you. They are awesome. Yeah, I mean it is a lot of work. And Trey, I've just from this year on, I've just done the Ascension workshops. Um, and the first one is going to be sometime in the middle of February, because January just went by too fast and too many things were happening. And that is like vibration workshops times 10. In other words, you're going to update your physical body, your mental body, your spiritual body, your emotional body. And the emotional body is going to be letting go of a lot of stuff. And when you do that, all the 12 chakras will be activated. All the 12 DNA strands will be activated. And we will work with the 24 portals to all dimensions that are known right now. That will also be activated. So it's a really, really powerful workshop. And it's not even as long as the ones that I usually do. But it entails that when you work with me here this time around, you're going to be on the floor between 10 and 3. You will have one time where you go up and eat a very, very light lunch. It will completely change, update, upgrade, shift your whole cellular structure in your body. That's how powerful it is. I had one done on myself from the above, and I'm using all the Ascended Masters on this project. It is unbelievable. Yes, this is going to be in Texas. This is a class. And so, Erika, this class it's going to be the second Saturday or third Saturday of February. That is what I'm looking at. I'm looking to make sure that I schedule it properly. But it's going to be on a Saturday. And I know sometimes, Trey, you can't do Saturdays. I know that. But it's going to be on a Saturday because I need to, I work the other days I work with the festivals. And Trey, I know you're a tough cookie. Oh my goodness. My heart was breaking yesterday, but I'm so happy that you got the stuff back. I know that these people are still around and it can still be dangerous, but yes. But I want to tell you that, so this workshop, the way it works is that you come, you have your mat or anything like that so that you can rest. Now, Erika, when you have not done the vibration workshop, I'm going to have you come a little bit earlier so that you can be updated on some of the workshops from there. And that is because I'm debating if I should have people come here and do the vibration workshops before the Ascension workshop. And the only reason is that the vibration workshops is tough enough. And I've had people that have come from that and had to, for weeks, deal with some emotional stuff coming up and emotional and physical stuff coming up because it's such a high frequency. And the Ascension workshop is even times 10. I mean, I literally, when I was downloading this information, I literally short-circuited my whole house. Because I kept taking in more and more and more and more. And then in the end, I was like, can I do more? And the universe was telling me, stop, no more. And I kept taking more, and then I short-circuited myself for a couple of hours and my whole house. I think, yes, vibration workshop, I think that's a good way to, work up to the other. Yeah, exactly. So that's the way I work. So what we could do is we could do a one-on-one, Erika, before. Like come in and do a workshop with me. I'm going to be and that's the workshop that I've been working on putting online so that you can take that in your own pace. You don't have to do everything in this one very, very compressed workshop. You can do it through several days, maybe several weeks, and then, slowly integrate it all into you, because it's really, really powerful. And the reason why I've been taught this is Dwal Kul was a Tibetan master, and he taught me this and told me to teach the world this, and that's how it worked with me. That's how I was. He taught me first, and then I was able to then. Yes, exactly. Yes. So you know what, Erika, what you're doing right now, you're actually getting me to get a little bit of fire underneath my you-know-what that I'm sitting on, and finishing that workshop, because I have it in my, I do it completely without any script, because I know how to work this. So go. You're too funny. Yeah, and so tomorrow I will sit down and completely finish it. I feel that is what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to put it out on my website, and then the people that would like to do that, because that is a prerequisite to doing the Ascension workshop, that is a powerhouse. I have never experienced anything like it. It is a powerhouse. And the vibration workshop, before I learned about the Ascension workshops, where I'm working with all of the Ascended Masters, that's why it's called Ascension Workshop, and that's why it's very, very powerful. I work with all the powerful Ascended Masters that have ever been and will ever be. So that's why the whole place was short-circuited. Oh, that's wonderful, Erika. Yeah, I've always wondered. I wondered, like, how am I gonna? But do you know? Are you in the San Antonio area or the Austin area, Erika? Sorry, I'm talking to Erika very much, but it's just because she's asking me a lot of questions, guys. Because you see, I work with people on different levels. Some people come into me and they want to get rid of some stuff. You're in California. Oh my goodness. Of course you're in California. Why not? I haven't come to California and done my workshops there yet. So, we're going to do an online workshop with you. So my idea is most of it's going to be online, and then there's going to be one. Yeah, great vibes from Cali. What part of Cali are you? Of course, everybody says that when they see me, they say, you should be in California. Yeah, I know, you have a lot of love, and I have a lot of love here for you too. Most of the people that see me, they say, you should be in California. And I used to live up in the Fort Ord area, which is south of San Francisco. Northern, yeah, it's a beautiful up north. It really is. So anyway, yeah, so what I was, Monterey, oh, that's a beautiful area. Yes. You got in Pacific Grove. Oh my goodness, that's a beautiful area. I know most of California. My daughter used to live there. I used to live there. It's, we are in Texas now because, well, you see the hat, right? I'm actually from Denmark, so, but let me see here. I want to do some cards here. I feel that some of you guys, could use some of these cards. Pacific Grove. You've always wanted to move to Texas? Hey, you need to come down here and feel it, It's interesting because Texas Texas is a wonderful place. There are a lot of people that come from California that move to Texas and love it here. It's interesting. Okay. The control card. Now, the control card has a lot to do with we want to control everything. And you know what? One thing I've learned in my life is that you can only control how you perceive a situation. You cannot control anybody outside of yourself. You can only control yourself. And sometimes you can't even control yourself. But I'm just saying that is the way to become empowered and to become a master, is when you master your emotions. Do you know that mastering your emotions when you are able to do that, slightly controlling, okay. When you are able to master your emotions, you're able to master your life. Do you know that that is number one? And mastering emotions is not about suppressing them. It's all about bringing them out, looking at them, and letting them go. And understanding that our emotions make, if you continue letting your emotions run you. Now, let me go back a little bit. Do you all know that when we are children and we experience trauma, and then we grow up and we continue growing up, and what happens is when we have grown up and we think we're in my 20s and 30s and 40s, if that trauma is still within you, your emotional level of involvement is still from that first trauma. In other words, you are emotionally that old. And once I understood that the trauma that I was working on, or that I was, dealing with, had to do with a very young girl who had experienced a lot of things before she even was 1 year old. And a lot of that kept replaying itself during my lifetime. And I couldn't understand why I couldn't get out of that until I understood how important the emotions are in our own development. And so go back and think about the time when you had your first emotional trauma. Your body will remember. And when you think about that, you're like, oh my goodness, the first time I was, my mom left me at my grandmother's place, for example. Just look at that. And you felt that she abandoned you. Just a little thing like that. Maybe she left you there for the weekend, but you saw her leave and you felt that she had abandoned you. You know that can be a trauma enough. Some of you I know have had much more than that, but that is enough of a trauma for a child to be scared that people are going to be leaving this person for the rest of their life. So guess what? This child will walk out into life and project that scenario, and will have that happen over and over and over again in relationships and in all types of life. You will continue having these things happen to you. In other words, you are producing this because your higher self wants you to learn and to let go of it. Go into that emotion, bring it up, and that's what I do with hypnosis. That's why I work with hypnosis. But they want you to go in there, bring it up, look at it, let it go. But if we don't, we are projecting this outwards, and what we project outwards, we bring to us. We are the mirrors of what we don't want. That will come right to us. It is so simple. But if we don't know this, we don't understand why we continue going back to the same spot. We come back to the same spot. We come back to the same spot. We're like, what the heck is going on here? So I can just say that there is a lot of things that I have had to experience. And since I'm a little bit of a knucklehead, maybe, I've had to experience it quite a lot before I started doing something about it. And then when I started doing something about it, well, suddenly those experiences weren't coming back. But then other experiences were coming back, and I'm like, come on, guys, I have become enlightened. Should I not be able to not have to experience more of this crap? Nope. Nobody gets off the hook here. We're constantly evolving, we're constantly learning new things, and we're constantly experiencing new things. And if we think that we're going to be immune to any of that, nah, that won't happen. So, think of the first time that you had an emotional trauma. And the trauma can be, like I said, your mom leaving you to your grandma's house and her going with her husband and going out. you feeling abandoned. That's all you need. And you're going to be continuously bringing that in to your life until you let go of it. I think that's pretty profound. Let's go in here. I'm going to look at what the masters have to say. So the masters are always telling us a lot of things. And one of the things they tell us is, let's see. The Ascended Masters, what do they have in store? Look at your current situation and find the blessings in the current situation. This is Krishna. And you know what? Because I have the let's see here, follow your heart, focus and flow, and find the blessings in your current situation. Every situation offers opportunities to grow and learn. When we curse a situation, we block its energy flow and things fester and grow worse. In contrast, as you recognize the blessings within your current situation, supportive and healing energy flows towards you. So if you recognize the blessings within your current situation, wow. Okay. This card comes to you because there's an unrecognized blessing within your current situation. It could be something that you've learned or gained, for example. Recognize the blessing to accelerate the healing and the manifestation that's trying to come to you. Look at that. Wow. Thank you, Kathleen. Well, that's good. I don't know. Sometimes, it's always like the people that know me, that work with me, they know that I'm just channeling whatever information that you guys need. That's what's coming through. And the next one was, of course, spiritual law of attraction. Look at that. He's getting the roses too. Look at that. Melchizedek looks amazing with roses on. Spiritual law of attraction. Let's see what that says. We were just talking about it. Law of attraction. You're welcome, thank Kathleen. Let me see here. Pews. The situation you're inquiring about has come to you via the spiritual law of attraction. You've attracted certain people or situations because they mirror your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. In the same way, people and situations that you once found desirable are now moving out of your life as you've shifted your energy through your spiritual path. Like attracts like. Means that everything and everyone that you draw into your life is similar to your thought patterns. If you want to change what or who you attract, hold more positive, loving, and joyful thoughts. The Ascended Masters and Angels can help you with this shift. Look at that. Is that wonderful or what? So I'm always in that space where... Erika, you know what? You were right on the money there. That's how I attract. Have you guys noticed that my feeds are filled with so much love? I have not had one time where I've had negative people come on my feeds. I don't know how I do it. I don't know if it's just because, again, like attracts like. I'm here for the love of everything. And everybody who comes here and connects with me are too. I mean, we talk about beautiful things. We talk about ascension. We talk about love. We talk about, becoming the better versions of ourselves. But at the same time, it just never is. I always have very positive people here. It's a very, very beautiful energy that comes through. And I love the fact that we are able to, as a community, we love each other, we respect each other, and we're able to just be these beautiful beings that we are. And I just love it. I have another deck that I would like to try today, and that's the Keepers of the Light. I want to see what they have to say about us today. So, and if you want to win a full reading or a DNA activation, please share this feed with a group. And tomorrow I will look through and see who has won. I already have one I have scheduled from last time that they won a full reading. So that's going to happen on Monday. And I always look at the feed afterwards. Connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. White Eagle, Ancestor Spirit is talking about that. Let me see here what White Eagle says. White Eagle is a Native American shaman who is dedicated to honoring our spiritual heritage. He is a world-renowned spiritual guide who has been particularly cherished by mediums all over the world. He first spoke through a medium called Grace Cook in the early 20th century. He is the guide who helps create clear channels in our bloodlines and our spiritual lineage so that we can access the heart of the Creator. He also helps us move into sacred ceremony where we can hold sacred space. Yes, where we can hold sacred space to honor a change, transition, celebration, or anything else that deserves time. He is wonderful for clearing space, and we can call on him for help in forging spiritual connections. Yes, White Eagle. You know, Erika, I was thinking, this just popped up in my mind right now, and I just want to say that so I'm willing to travel to California and do a workshop, the Ascension workshop. If you could, Kathleen, beautiful, I'll bring a card for you. Thank you for sharing. That helps. Erika, if you have a group of people that would like to go that workshop, the Ascension workshop, and you have a place where we can do it, and we have enough people signed up, and I would say between 8 and 10 people need to be signed up. Then I can come and do the workshop there. If you have a good group of people that really want to ascend, go up and really redo their DNA. In other words, activate the DNA, activate the 12 chakras of the body. Between 8 and 10, yeah. I could do that. Hey, I mean, I'm open for that. If anybody wants me to come there and do these workshops, I will definitely do it. You're going to get more information because I am putting out more information about the workshops that I have already done with all the people that have gone my workshops, and I have many that come on this feed and just love everything about what we do. But I just want to say that if that was something that you could do, then we could work together, and I would then go up and do the workshops up there. Daniel, yes, why not? Hey, that's the whole thing about me. I'm always movable, but I have to work it so that I'm able to spread this, because this can be a complete big movement. Can you imagine, just each one of you, just look at it like this. If we recalibrate our bodies so that we don't have the old thinking patterns left in our systems. In other words, and we are all going towards that anyway, but if we completely transmute all of this, any kind of negative thoughts, patterns, and so on and so forth, and we can control our thoughts so that they are in line with our goals, like we are completely, without having any obstruction. You know how it is, you sometimes think, okay, I'm going to do this, and then this part in your mind says, but I don't think this can be possible. And if we took away that whole part there, that but part, and just focused on what it is that we really do want to do, then there's nothing that stops us. Remove resistance completely. Yes, Daniel, completely. Can you imagine what would happen in this world if we all had that? And I remember about 20 years ago when I was following my guru, and she said to me, Helene, your toxic thoughts create your reality. This is 20 years ago. And I was like, okay, yeah, I guess, what am I going to do with those toxic thoughts? I mean, they're just there. And she's like, no. They're not just there. They have been put there through repetition and repetition and repetition. And in the end, she's saying, but you can let go of them. And I was like, okay. Yeah, you tried doing that. You know, in my mind, I was like, yeah, right. Because they were overwhelming me. Yes, resistance holds us back from so much. And so being in a state that I am right now, that's what I want to give everybody. The fact that by just your thought, you make things happen. And so I'm putting out into the universe, if any one of you can connect, can bring together enough people, I will come and I will do workshops for you. I will completely transform each one of you, transmute each one of you. But, you know, but again, there's no but. Woo, did you just see that? There was a but coming in there. Oh, no. That's a no. That's a no. No buts. Oh, that's too crazy. Okay. Now we had someone that just shared. Let's see here. I'm gonna see here. Somebody was Kathleen. Okay, Kathleen. Let's do Kathleen. Okay, Kathleen. Let's see what's up with you today. I see you walking back and forth, wondering about something about your job. Let's see what's going there. Something about your job. And you're taking it moment to moment, but there's something you're going back and forth with. Let's see what I get here. Okay, so the two cards I'm getting is moment to moment. And the fact that you don't really, you are a little worried about the aloneness. Okay, so what the universe is telling me here, these are the two cards I'm getting for you. Okay? But don't look at them as face value. Right now you're living moment to moment. You look at this card, it's a pretty interesting card. It just shows somebody walking on clouds with a lot of colors. And when I look at this, it's like, whee! Moment to moment, we're just taking one step at a time. Guess what? Right now, every single person on this planet is doing moment to moment because we have no idea what's going to happen in the future. It can be anything. It has all to do with how we are programming our brains. But I also am getting this card. This card has a little bit to do with the fact that there's a feeling of disconnect. You're having a feeling of disconnect. And that disconnect can be to other people, but it can also be to spiritual. That there's this feeling of, I'm alone. I'm a little bit sad. Sometimes I like it. I don't like it too much. I'm a little bit on that place where this as you see, behind and in front of him, there's a little bit of light, okay? But what the universe is telling me to tell you, and that is a beautiful thing, and that is stay in the space of taking one step at a time, one moment at a time. Stay in that space. But explore each step that you're taking. Because when you do that, and just trust in the fact that you're going to be just fine, okay? And that you're going to actually like to be within yourself. You're going to be just fine there. And many of us feel this. Many of us have been feeling this. We've been feeling this tough. It's been tough. 2018 has been a roller coaster. Oh my goodness. But the universe is telling me, this is what you're going to get in the end. You get to choose your world. You got the world at your feet. Just go moment to moment. Do not let anything around you defeat you. Just take one step at a time. Just continue. Just continue. And you're expanding. You're going to be expanding your awareness. You're going to be expanding your and like, what is Mark saying? Transmutation, continually. Yeah, expanding your awareness and inner knowing. Exactly. So whatever you do, Kathleen, you're going to be just fine. Okay? Put your mind to it and you will be there. You will be able to do that. Now, there's another deck of cards I would like to try, and it's called the Psychic Tarot. And those are beautiful as well. I want to try that a little bit. We're going to go in and look at them a little bit, see what they have to deal with. So anybody else want to win a reading or not? I mean, come on, guys. You guys are slow. I know it's Friday evening, but come on. Okay, so a lot of you need to cut some cords. Look at this. We are at a part of our life right now that we are all... Erika, yeah, this is a beautiful deck. So, triumphant success. So what I'm getting is that we are cutting cords to both our old beliefs, old patterns, and let's see here if we can do the major old patterns and old ways of being. And so I'm going to say to you, okay, one more time. The first of the mental cards signifies that new beginnings and exciting challenges may be before you. By utilizing your strength, willpower, determination, and focus, there's the potential for you to reign triumphant in many areas of your life. Guess what? Kathleen. Yeah, amazing, right? In traditional tarot, this card represents the Ace of Swords, and since a sword is a double-edged, it can cut through the barriers that hold you back if it's done constructively and with precision. Remember that there is another side to the blade. If you are rash or use it in a destructive way, it could be harmful to yourself and others. Always pause and think before you act. This card is a reminder to vanquish negative thoughts from your mind, strengthen the tap into your mental powers, and use clarity with control in order to initiate new ways of thinking. You know what's interesting about this card? I use this card a lot. Actually, I use the sword a lot. And when there's things that don't work for me, I cut, let go, free, take away from, and I use Archangel Michael a lot because for me, he represents, there's a double-edged side to everything, but he represents clearing and strength. And going directly to point. If there's something you want, you go directly to the point. You don't beat around the bush. You go bish. You don't beat around the bish. I don't know how to beat around the bish either. Guys, I haven't been drinking. Okay, this is my Friday evening in front of Mark, I don't know. Moment is eternal. Do I have spirit guides? We all have spirit guides. So we have guides that are coming down with us in our yeah, Daniel. We do have spirit guides. We have guides that do all kinds of things. We have our personal guides that we are born with. We have the guides that come to us to help us on so many levels. We have the ascended masters that come in if we ask them to. We have, the angels, the stars that come. I mean, there's so much. You don't think you do. Why don't you think you have spirit guides? Maybe you just haven't met them. Maybe you haven't opened up for them yet. Mark. And you know what? Don't think I do. It's okay. Mark, I'm getting this for you. Work on your solar plexus. Open up your solar plexus. And if I say that to you, what do you say? The reason why I'm saying that for you to open your solar plexus is your powerhouse, your inside power. 5,800 past lives, maybe I don't need them. You might not need them. You might not need to have any spirit guides, but I can tell you, each one of us has them. They might be in a space where you're not listening to them. So, but we all have spirit guides. We all have personal guides. We all have, family members that come in and help us throughout the ones that have gone to the next level. So whether we use them or not, we have the free will to bring them in or not, but we all have them. We're all born with them because this is part of our evolution. They're here to help us evolve. And if you've been here 5,800 times, you know what? Good for you. You're an old soul, and you have stuff to do in this world, and that is amazing. That is. I'm just surprised that, Mark, that you're able to count 5,800. That's a lot of lifetimes. Oh, of course we have ET guides. Okay, I want to ask each one of you guys, who is O negative here on this feed? You don't have to tell me, but I want to tell you that the people that are O negative are 100% alien. I mean, their blood type, 100% alien. Guess what I am? Not gonna say anymore. Who's listening to this feed? I'm completely in love. Doesn't matter, And another thing, guys, what I've been wondering, so we are constantly being updated, upgraded. We are connecting with the galactic realm. We are connecting with ETs, extraterrestrials. I have them landing here in my backyard almost daily. I wonder what the government is. Oh yeah, real ETs. Yeah. They're my family. Come on, guys. They're my family. They're my peeps, But I'm wondering how the government is going to bring in the alien agenda. I'm always wondering about that. That's something that is very interesting for me. It's like, so when are they going to say we are being actually? They're not going to say like this. They're not going to say we are being helped by the ET family. They're going to say they are negative, because if you look at all the movies about ETs, they're always scary. And I'm like, no, they're not. The only reason why I watched, you come over and visit, Kathleen. You come and we can sit outside and we can look at the moon and we can say hello to all the ETs that come and visit here all the time. That's why I'm up at the time I am every time. Anyway, so I'm always wondering, how are they going to open up to the fact that all of us are waking up to the fact that there's ETs that are helping us keep this planet alive, right? There are ETs that are coming in and helping us with our technology. You see, all the technology in the military-industrial complex comes from the ET knowledge, right? from the ones that they have caught, from the ones that they have imprisoned, and also from the spaceships that they have found. And that's old news. That's not even new news. But I wonder if we are going to be able to, us that already know that they're here to help us, I wonder if we're going to be able to keep calm and everything when they open up and say, you know what, UFOs and those are landing and they're going to be taking over everything. They're going to be this and that. I'm like, we are already hybrids. Most of us are hybrids. Some of us are fully alien, but most of us are hybrids. The only blood group that is not a hybrid, that is very much Earth, and that's what I've understood. I don't know everything, so this is just the information I'm getting, are the ones that are O positive. The rest are hybrids, and if you're O negative, you're 100% alien. So guess what? The ETs are our family. Whether you want to believe it or not, they are family. And they're here to help us, to protect us against the Third World War that was almost happening not so many years ago. And I'm not going to say more about that. I want you guys to go in and study it yourself. Daniel. What a funny face. I love that face. Okay. So, I want to continue with my YouTube, my FaceTime. I don't want to be cut off or anything, so I'm not going to go deeper into that. One of the books, I have a whole, I'm getting more and more books that are coming in, but some stuff that is coming in has been a lot about this. And that's why I know that we are all protected. The agenda, the ET agenda, has nothing to do with ETs, has everything to do with the military-industrial complex. And it has a lot to do with money. But we, as a species, are here to be helped, and they are here to help us. So, I am just going to say that tonight, and I'm going to tell you guys that I love you so much. And I couldn't have spent a better evening than spending it with you guys. So I want you to know that with all my heart, I'm going to let this one go. And I'm going to hope you guys have a great evening, the rest of the evening, and sending you lots of love. And you take care, okay? Love you guys.